Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Inept Pit podcast. I am your host, Drew Campbell. This is the 50th episode. Yeah, the fat guys, Sasiela.
How's it going? It's good to. I can't believe we made it this far.
Yeah, we're also going to change the format. Hey, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and comment now. Just in case a lot of you turn off the plugs. Do that right now and then come back to the video and fucking hang out. Do all this shit. But yeah, 50 episodes. A big 5-0. I'm not even going to make it to 50 years old. This is cool, dude. We're almost been doing this for a year.
I mean, right? You look like you're 50 right now.
Oh, thank you. Well, thanks. That does really help my confidence. My life's not going great right now. I could use a confidence boost. My fucking friend.
That's supposed to be a compliment. You look badass.
Son of a bitch. I'm no fucking dancer.
Dancer?
You don't know who Dan Sir is?
No.
Pull up a picture of Dan Sir. DANSUR. Rapper Dan Sir.
We should mention this is the first episode. I'm back on the ones and twos.
Yes, Evan's back to being. Like, can we really just establish at this point? We're really on. Comment right now if you guys think we should brand change the show just to the Drew Campbell Show, and I will just start paying Evan to be my producer. Let's see what that goes. Do you think it would be a better formatted show if we did it that way? Leave a comment. But yeah, pull up Dan Sir, rapper Dan Sir. You know this guy. This is the gold chain hair guy. It's the guy who got gold chains for hair.
Yeah, let me.
DANSUR. Man, see, you're bad at producing. A good producer would already have this pulled up. Here we go. Pull up the full picture. Why are you sharing me a Google search page? See, this is your bad.
Why you share?
Because you're the producer. We've established this already.
Producing.
Then what do you do? We're 50 episodes in. What do you do?
It's half of it.
Oh my God. Just the picture. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Evan's bad at this. Okay. I'll just
zoom in.
All right. There's Dan Sir. Dan Sir had surgery. He got hooks planted in his head so he could hang gold chains. He has gold chains for hair, and he has metal teeth.
Would you consider getting that look?
If I go full bald, maybe. I don't think I have the money for it, but you want to know what? Can I tell you what I like about this guy? Well, first off, how do you feel? What do you feel about this?
It's all right. It's got fashion, good style.
Okay, fashion style. You know what I like about this guy?
What?
He doesn't look like a human being. He doesn't remind me of a human at all. Like he's a good idea of probably where we're headed. I feel like I think that this is the future, and I think this is a good sign that this is the end. Like, this feels not for everybody, but for America, I think this is the end. This reminds me of some crazy shit they would do in Egypt style or Roman style right before the whole fucking empire collapsed. And I'm not saying we're just yet. I'm not saying this is the end. It's like the beginning of the end. Like, we're gonna get more stuff like this, and I'm not even hating on it. It looks damn near cybernetic or alien. It doesn't look human. And I like that. I don't like humans anymore. I'm kind of done with that. I think we're all kind of fed up with other persons. Charity is at an all-time low. Fake pretending that you care about civil rights is at an all-time high. Saying that you care about life, but then killing, people with death penalties, or fake pretending that you care in civil rights movement. It's all really trendy right now, and this makes me go, that's not a person. So I think this is where we're going, and I like it. It's going to be a fun way for the world to end, I think. Imagine, or America to end. Come on, dude. Once we start, I'm excited. When people start walking around with more metal hair and more metal teeth and eventually have cybernetic eyes and fucking robot arms. This is gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool for about 15 minutes until you realize that
they're gonna kill you or something.
Yeah, then you realize everything's just done. Like it's just you realize that our money's fake and everything just kind of collapses. But not until we all get to enjoy everyone having gold chains for hairs and robot arms. You know, it'll be fun for a little bit.
I'm not looking forward to the end of the world, but I don't think it's going to happen.
You can go back to full screen. I don't know. I welcome it with open arms at this point.
What, are you going to give it a hug?
Yeah, no, I embrace it at this point. I'm no longer fighting any crazy shit that happens. I'm just embracing it. A lot of other people, they want to argue about stuff that changes, and a lot of the stuff that changes is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm for a lot of the changes, but then there's some stuff where you're like, all right, maybe not that, right? Like maybe that's a little bit much, huh? But now I don't care anymore. Just let it all fucking happen, and let's just crack a beer and watch it burn. This is gonna be fun.
I don't think the world's gonna end while we're alive.
Oh, I didn't say. I don't mean the world. I mean our world as Americans.
I know.
We have listeners outside of America. You guys will most likely be okay. I can't guarantee it. I'm saying most likely, but America, this is over. This experiment of freedom and liberty and red, white, and blue and stars, it's failed. It's failed horribly and miserably, and it's done. It's almost. All right, I'll give you multiple examples. First off, before we continue, Norm Macdonald died. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald.
Been funny, bummed about that all week.
One of the funniest, and you know what? I'm not bummed in the way I'm not bummed that he's dead because I never really met him. Right? Like I think it's sad. I think it's really pathetic when people get sad that celebrities died, and they're like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do without him?" The only thing I'm sad about is that the world definitely became a less funny place to live in. Like that guy was like the last of a kind. He was like the last.
There's hundreds of tweets that are like, "Well, we just lost the funniest person ever."
Yeah, he's like the last of the Mohicans. You know, he was just like the last pure. Like that guy. Go through everything he ever did, and he was never serious 1 second of one interview.
No,
he was just pure comedy, no serious tweets. It was great.
Except the last Letterman set where he cried at the end.
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to.
No, he got choked up.
I think he got choked up because he also probably he'd been Letterman for a long time, and
that was his favorite comic growing up.
Yeah, also didn't he? I think he. By the time frame, he knew he had cancer at that point too, right?
Well, he's had it for 9 years. He never told anybody. He didn't want the public to perceive him.
Was Necrodamus? Who's the fucking guy that predicts everything? Necrodamus. What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about? The one that they say projected all those all the events.
I'm pulling it up.
They said he projected Necrodamus. Some shit like that. He it is like this old timey prophet that predicted, not religious, not like Jesus, but predicted all these events happening, and supposedly predicted the end of the world with the Mayans. That he predicts all these things, and that a dark man will bring end to the world. And people were trying to say it was fucking Obama. That didn't turn out to be right, but that was kind of racist. I don't think that's what he meant by it.
Necrodamus is a Marvel character. It looks like.
Okay, that's not what I'm thinking about. The guy who predicted 9/11, the guy who makes prophecies. It's something along those lines, dude. There's a spiritual. He's dead. He was dead, but he made all these prophetic predictions. Nostradamus. There we go. So I'm Nostradamus for the night. I will bring. What was the things they said he predicted? I mean, I don't believe in any of this. I think 9/11 was one of them.
This guy's he lived from 1503 to 1566.
Yeah, I know, but he predicted events in the future, and some of them had kind of happened, so they thought they were real, and then others were completely wrong.
Okay. It says that his supporters have retrospectively claimed that he predicted major world events, including the Great Fire of London, the French Revolution, The rises of Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler, the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the September 11th attacks.
See, okay, but one of those. I mean, the Great Fire of London, is that really a great? I didn't even know that was a thing until you just said it. So, like,
it happened in 1666.
I didn't even know that was
fire.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Never even heard about it till right now. But okay, supposedly he predicted those things. So, this is me predicting. These are the 3 pillars of the world, or we'll say 4 pillars of the world's ending that I didn't predict because it already happened. So it's the death of the funniest man, which is Norm Macdonald, right? It is the institution of gold as hair and teeth. Well, teeth was already kind of a thing, so I'm not going to really the hair. That's new. And then next is the White House, the press secretary of the White House being asked about Nicki Minaj's vaccine record. You fucking see that?
Well, the tweet about like her cousin's friends or whatever.
Did you see that? Did you
I didn't see the question, but that
someone at the press secretary of the White House was asked that question, dude. It was. I watched like 5 minutes of the news, and there's someone answering questions on behalf of the White House. And one of the journalists' major concerns to ask them was about Nicki Minaj and being vaccinated. And I just laughed. I laughed so hard and so long. Like, you can't even write this shit. Like, that is insane.
Well, she's very popular.
Who fucking cares? You don't think there's anything bigger to be talking about than Nicki Minaj is fucking? What about all the people we abandoned in Afghanistan? What about all them, right? Like,
it's just people with a big platform. They can convince anyone to ask questions or seek information.
This is why we're doomed. This is like going back to we're fully jumping into the cult of personality and the worship celebrities, where no one's asking about really important things. We're asking about Nicki Minaj and if or if not she's been vaccinated or invited to the White House. Astonishing, right?
Well,
it's life has become satire, and it's amazing. I think that's why I talked about the last episode, people not understanding satire and hyperbole anymore, because I think life is just satire and hyperbole anymore. So like that people can't tell the difference. There's like, oh, that's just real life, right?
Yeah,
right. Like there's no everything's exaggerated and satirical version of itself.
Well, thank God this podcast will save humanity. Inept Pit, when we get to the top, we're gonna stay there.
We're not gonna do that at all. If anything, we're just gonna make it a slightly more pleasurable ride into the pits of hell.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of riding in the pits of hell on a fucking dildo unicycle.
We'll just be like, I remember that podcast we did. That was fun.
Yeah,
it'll be help at all. It was just a little bit of entertainment.
Did help, but it made me feel better about the end. That's all I want to make you guys do. I want to make you feel better about how shit everything is. I'm not gonna make you forget about it, but I'm gonna make you laugh at it, hopefully. Right? Because what's better? I think this is the greatest thing of all time. People say you shouldn't talk about like dark things. Like I always joke about death on stage and shit like that, or whatever. Any like things that's tabooishly, depressing. But I think there's no better thing to make fun of the things you're scared of. Because is there anything more powerful than to look fear right in the face and just laugh at it? Just stare eye to eye with the Grim Reaper and just laugh at him and call him a bitch. Like, I ain't fucking scared of you bitch.
Unless you make a joke
poke him in 2 eye sockets.
Unless you make a joke about death and it bombs, and then no one's happy. You're like, oh, I bombed.
Yeah, that
didn't work.
That is true.
I feel worse about my jokes now.
If you make a joke about death and bomb, it's not good. No. That's just made everyone sad.
Yeah.
I don't bomb anymore, really, though. I've had one. Well, I'm just not saying like I crush every time, but it's just like I don't think I'm at the level where I bomb anymore. I had one bad show, I think, in the last year, but I was just burnt out. You ever just been like really burnt out? I was just exhausted, so it's like more just me like not being into it.
Yeah, I've had my share of bombs here, trying to write some new material.
No, I have not.
No, I have.
Are you just being hypercritical? Because like now it's like I'll be like I won't bomb, but I'll be like that said was not what
maybe.
I wanted out of it. You know what I mean? Like a bomb is a bomb.
Yeah, sometimes you need a good bomb though.
You do. You need that reset.
Hopefully it's local though, because if you bomb like show 2 hours away and drive back, that's never fun.
That's like only once I bomb.
Especially now all the fast food places are closed, so you can't
Yeah, McDonald's is always nice. Or you can just get a nice speedy way fucking egg roll. That's always nice. I mean, you'll regret it tomorrow, but at the time, oh my god, dude, I'll crush Speedway fucking egg rolls, and they could have been on there for 7 hours. I don't care. Give me colon cancer. I'm not going to live long enough for it to fucking really affect me.
You know what? I go to Speedway a lot. Very underrated convenience store. Very underrated.
It is. It's nice. They actually.
It is. They got speedy freezing.
Some of their food is better than fast food.
I agree.
It's not. I would not say it's good food by any means. I'm not going to stand here and go Speedway's fucking good, but it's better than some fast food. Like you know,
the large speedy freeze is like less than $2.
I don't drink that amount of sugar, Evan. That's holy god, dude.
I've had it once or twice.
See,
a week.
I'm enough to be like balding and charming. I'm not enough charming to be like balding and fat charming. You know, like
that's fair. I can make up for this. I'm not really charming at all. I'm just a little bit overweight.
You're big and you're stoic.
I think that's a compliment. It's like you're pretty boring.
That's not what stoic means. That's not what stoic means. Just really quiet. You really think about your words. You're really reserved. You're the exact opposite of me in that sense, where I really don't like. I don't really have much of a filter, or do I really even think about what I'm saying? I kind of just immediately say it. Or where you're much more reserved about what you're saying and are much more thoughtful in what you're saying because you spend more time thinking it. I can be thoughtful sometimes, but not in the heat of conversation.
You're like, I could be thoughtful, but why would I do that? It's not fun.
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
Just say what's on my mind and see what happens.
No, I can be thoughtful if like I spend time thinking about what I want to say to someone before I say that. But if I'm like in the middle of a conversation, I'm not thinking about what I'm saying.
That's what I do all the time. Think. And then I end up not saying what I'm thinking. So I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't say this.
So yeah, but that's stoic. Some people like that. A lot of like that's actually some people like a strong silent type.
I wouldn't say I'm strong.
Oh, yeah, you're fat strong. That's the thing.
No.
Like you don't do any manual labor at all, but you probably could lift more than me because you're used to lifting your body all day. I'm not trying to be mean. There's a thing called fat strong. It's a real thing.
It's true.
Your calves are probably fucking huge.
I want to show them to the people. You
don't have to. I'm just saying your calves are probably really fucking muscular.
They're all right. They're not bad.
I mean, they're probably bigger than mine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I run around and lift shit all day, but I'm guaranteeing yours are still bigger than mine. That's what I'm saying. Fat strong is a real thing. You have to get used to lifting your own body, which weighs how much, Evan?
No, it's not for public information.
Oh, my God, dude. Just say it.
Hell no, I haven't weighed it.
Like, roughly, ballpark. I'm not even insulting you right now.
225.
That's a lie.
I know.
It's a fucking
never the pod.
See, this is the problem. Here's the thing. You gotta also be more secure. Own that you're fat, and I guarantee you women would like you more. There's girls out there that like big fat dudes. You're tall enough. In fact, they would feel safe around you. You're fucking like weigh a ton. You're really tall. You're quiet, strong type. Like, there's girls that will be into that. But you have to own it. If you're insecure about being fat, it's never going to work.
I'm not owning it. I'm selling it.
You're not doing that either. You're hiding it.
Sell it.
You're hiding it and denying it.
That's selling it in my book.
I'm telling you, dude, I swear to God, your whole problem with the ladies would turn around if you just started owning that you were fat and not like acting as upset about it or being like, oh no, what are you talking about? I weigh less than I do. Just proudly chant your weight, dude. I'm like, I'm fucking 250. You want to get fucked up? Like, you'd be like, holy shit, that guy weighs a lot. He weighs like a fucking mule.
Yeah.
You can sumo fight people, dude. You don't have to have good skill. When you weigh that amount, you can just throw your weight around. That is a tactic. I swear to God, I used to use it when I was younger as a fat kid. That was the only way I had a chance against my brother because I almost weighed as much of him, or sometimes more than him. But I was so fat and when I was younger, even though he's younger. Fucking who's calling me? Fuck off. All right, that pissed me off. That pissed me off a lot. I'm not gonna say who called me, but I hate them a little bit more now, and they're a friend of mine. But I don't want to ever talk to them again now. I almost want to kill
the
them.
Podcast.
It ruined my flow. I don't even remember what I was saying.
You're talking about sumo wrestling.
Oh yeah, that used to be my gimmick when I was younger and fat. Like the only way I could get my brother, who was he was older than me, so he automatically like gone through puberty. He was a stronger, adult. I mean, he'd gone through puberty and stuff like that. I had not, but I was fat, and he was a skinny kid, even though he worked out all day. He was skinny, so I always weighed more than him, even when he had muscle on me. And the way I would ever have a shot when I fought him is, dude, you just gotta use your weight. It's a lot of sumo wrestlers. It's almost like football. Fight like you're in football, dude. That's what you need to do. If you ever get in a fight, fucking get in a 3-point, knock someone, dude. You could destroy some fucking dudes. If you get
defensive tackle, going for the bull rush,
especially if you get lower than them, even when you're big like that, if you get lower than them, pop up from below and get them, dude, you'll fucking knock people like out of their fucking shoes through a goddamn table. And they can be good fighters, but there's not really a good, unless you're really quick, where they do like one of those bowl things where they just step aside and hit you in the back. There's no real good way, unless they like put you right into a guillotine. You got to hear about that. They might just slide you into a guillotine. That's like probably actually that is the best move if you go fucking head down to slop you in a guillotine.
Here's a crazy concept. Don't fight. There's no need to fight people. We're all adults. There's a thing called civil discussion.
No, I would agree with you. But sometimes there isn't an option. I'm not starting fights over here. I'm just saying in realistic terms.
Usually at the bar.
No, and even that, you could be walking home. It could be. Sometimes there might rise a situation where you are in a physical altercation, whether you want to or not. Sometimes it's just about doing the right thing. You might witness, obstruction to someone that the only thing you can do is step in and really words. You can't just go, hey, you shouldn't do that. You might have to physically get involved.
It sounds like an SNL character, the nerdy bystander. Hey, stop it.
Hey, stop what you're doing. That's not right. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I'm going to judge you from afar.
So should we call the police? It's like, no, I'm not doing that.
I will tell my friends this story, and I will go, I saw a man the other day. He started accosting a woman. I told him to stop. He told me to go fuck myself, and I thought that is just not right what he's doing to that woman. And then I did nothing about it. Dude.
That's a perfect like 30s, 40s voice for like a movie, black and white film.
One of my favorite things, I won't name names, but there is a person that I fucking despise on this planet.
Me?
No. It's a fucking dude. And he's like trying to be ultra progressive all the time and tries like always like post shit about like he was really trying to be behind like the Black Lives Matter, which is great. You should support Black Lives Matter. That's a fantastic thing. But he was such a fake actual like ally. Does that make sense? Like he always says he's an ally, he's a fake ally. That one time, his bragging story, I swear, and I had to sit here because I was friends with one of my girlfriends at the time and act like I didn't want to just fight, like just tell this guy that he's a fucking idiot. Like it was like one of the worst scenarios I like because I'm like, you can't do this. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, but I really want to be like, are you fucking retarded? Like I'm like, what the fucking story are you telling me right now? He told a story about how he saw a white guy being racist and saying racist things, and then simply said afterwards, he goes, and I just didn't think that was right. He goes, those black dudes were pretty cool, and that guy was off, and I just didn't agree with what he was saying. It's like, how is this a story, right? How is this? First off, you're one of the worst storytellers I've ever heard, because this is the worst climax.
Story. It's characters doing stuff.
That's not every story, because a story has a climax and a point. This had neither. And legit, that'd be like, I was walking down the street, and then there was a man with salami, and he threw it in the air.
It's the climax, and I learned that there's salami on the ground.
No, because you don't even learn. No, you didn't even learn what happened to the salami. You stopped in the rising action. And it was literally, it was just the most self-indulgent, self-serving fake shit I've ever heard in my entire life. It was infuriating because essentially what he said is, I saw racism and I don't like racism. It's like, wow, dude, you're the fucking best.
Person of the year.
I'm trying to get this term across called, I'm trying to start calling people fake liberals. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I've been saying it to people at the bar.
Liberals?
No, fake liberals.
Because
I'm liberal at heart, but I hear people that like try to do liberal things and they'll support like certain things, but then they'll have actions.
Isn't that what the woke left is?
A lot of them are fake. They're fake liberals. A lot of them, yes.
Some of them.
But no, I said a lot. I didn't say all of them. Some people are actually genuine, but they counteract their own shit they support with some of their other words or actions, and it's not overtly racist. It's just or like overtly against what they say. It's just like if you just spend 5 seconds thinking, you realize you're saying not the thing. Like another guy that supported the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and I heard him talking about how awesome Brooklyn is now, and I'm like, oh, so you just support gentrification. It's a weird stance to take when you're supporting the one. It's kind of counteractive to the movement, dude. Like you're super ecstatic that white woman took over Brooklyn and made a bunch of fucking dog treat fucking stores. I'm super happy that you're backing that. So I'm trying to get that as fake liberals because I'm an earnest. I think that's the only way to go is liberal, honestly. But I just don't think most people who align with that I actually even believe it. Because some of them are. I've met a lot of people who are liberals, and they're the most closed-minded, heartless, mean people I've ever met. They don't believe in growth or forgiveness or acceptance at all, like almost at all. Like, they hate a lot of people. You'll listen to them talk, and they'll talk about how much they hate people. And I'm like, this doesn't really feel like the side of love that I thought it was. Like, this doesn't sound compassionate at all.
That's what Twitter is, man. Like, I'll go on Twitter and I'll see someone trending. This is the "What's Happening" tab. I always say that should just say, "Here's who's in trouble." Because it's like so-and-so's trending, they got like 12,000 tweets, and it's like so-and-so said something in the internet.
Let's get rid of their job and everyone tell them how big of a piece of shit they are. Because imagine if you lost everything and everyone in the world told you suck. I'm really sure that's great for someone's mental health. Awful. But I'll remind you, they are the ones that always go, take care of yourself, self-care, mental health's great. And then they'll fucking the whole world ambushes a guy or a girl. This is what I'm talking about, dude. It's like, you can't even write this
hypocritical.
Shit. So it's just satirical almost at this point. It's like, how is this even, it's so funny. It's like, it would be like what South Park wrote about, but just the real world is just doing it itself now. I'll even do. Okay, we're doing a little bit too much on the world. Let's shit on Republicans. This is the fourth tier. Have you seen what Jim Brewer's up to? You've seen what Jim Brewer's up to.
He's gonna come to Royal Oak at the Music Theater.
Jim Brewer went on an insane rant on Fox News about how people who aren't getting vaccinated have been told they're the beast, and that the government wants to kill the beast that is the unvaccinated. Said that he knows about his body and faith. And don't tell me what he doesn't know. What is Jim Brewer most famous for? For those of you who don't know, he's a stand-up comic. He's a former SNL member. His famous character on SNL was Goat Boy. Pull up a picture of Goat Boy for me, please. Goat Boy was his most famous character on SNL. It is a character who was a boy and a goat. So take that into effect. His famous character, Goat Boy, was a boy and a goat. I don't want to perform it. He neighed a lot. He did it like a fucking goat. But then also was in activities that a boy would be in. Funny bit. It was funny. It was I got chuckles out of Goat Boy back in the day. We got a picture of Goat Boy, Evan. Jesus Christ, you suck at producing.
That's why I shouldn't produce.
I know. Well, get better. Otherwise, what am I paying you for?
You're not paying me.
Exactly. Why should I? All right, there's Goat Boy, guys. There we go. So Goat Boy was on Fox News, a credible, let me use quotation mark, a credible news source.
It's Tucker Carlson, I believe.
It was Tucker Carlson, but that is on Fox News. So that's the station. And
Yeah,
he does talk
programming
about
was on the station.
So Tucker Carlson had Goat Boy on to then scream about the vaccine. So he went, nah, no, I know my body. Nah, my fans are outrageous. They can't come to my show. Nah, you look like this. You look like fucking this. And he screamed about how unvaccinated the beast. Well, if I'm looking at Goat Boy right now, he looks like a fucking beast. Maybe he was right. Go spend the 3 minutes and watch this fucking rant. And this is the funniest thing about it. And again, this is the fourth pillar. Same like Goat Boy. Why is Jim Brewer on the news?
He's a comic.
Why? But why is he talking about science?
I don't know.
Why is he talking about science?
It comes down to
on a news publication.
The venues he was performing at were requiring either proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. So he was like, "Fuck this."
Correct.
Which is opposite. Patton Oswalt, he canceled shows that didn't enforce that. That's like in Florida and stuff. He can't.
I don't even care. Well, let's take out what he's actually supporting and not supporting, right? Why is a clown being asked about scientific fucking advice? Like, why are we getting scientific advice from a fucking clown?
Well, a comedian. I mean, look at Joe Rogan.
I don't take scientific advice at all.
Some people do.
They're stupid. I don't dislike him. I think sometimes he has scientists on there. I think that's different.
Yeah.
If you're listening to a scientist on him, because I think some people aren't just listening to his scientific advice, they're listening to scientists. Or if you source something, that could be different. Some podcasts, I don't know. I don't watch Joe Rogan enough. I don't know if he actually sources his shit. Like some podcasts, though, if they talk about something or an article, then you can go back, just like a bibliography for a science paper. Like I love this podcast, Science Versus. And Science Versus, like, will cite all their sources for all the information they brought up in their podcast. So if he does stuff like that, then that's actually not bad. But if you don't just go by word, if you go check out the sources afterwards, that's probably a good idea. But I would never just listen to Joe Rogan talk and just be like, that's fact. I might, maybe if I listen to him more, I'd go, oh, maybe I'll look into that thing he said.
Right.
But he did not say a single thing that was a fact. He yelled about the beast and about how what the president said and about how his fans were happy that he said it's bullshit. But why was a clown getting scientific? That's what I want to know. When did we come to this world where comedy is being taken so serious that we're now asking them for scientific medical advice? When did that? This is why comedy sucks, because this is not where
him. He made an outburst about the proof of vaccination or negative test. This is where the stems.
But they wanted to get his opinion.
Well, because
a scientific medical subject.
Because I think his view aligns with the agenda of Fox.
Yeah, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. It's just what CNN does. Like I get it. It's propaganda, but it's so obviously propaganda. It's insulting. Do you understand what I'm saying?
People love it.
Put a big picture. Well, people are stupid, Evan. We've already talked about this. That's what I'm talking about. These, like, I was making fun of fake liberals. These people don't even actually believe the things they're supporting, because if you talk to them for 3 minutes, they say a bunch of hateful things, aren't compassionate at all, and are liars, and they're just there for fucking support. Most
I love that. It's 3 minutes to say hateful things, no compassion at all. It's like, yeah, you're pretty right. I think people are listening right now. You're like, you know what?
That's not even just. That's why I call them fake liberals, because I listen to conservative people and they'll say a bunch of hateful things. I go, well, I kind of expected that for you, and then I go talk to someone who identifies as a liberal, or I look more at liberal and conservative. I look at right and left because that means totally something different, Yeah. And they'll identify as a liberal or feel like they have liberal beliefs, and then you talk to them, you go, you're one of the most hateful people I've ever met. But for some reason, you're way more open and unabashed with your hate. And that's a really sad thing. How do you not have people more in your life checking you on this? Going, hey, you sound like you hate people a lot. And, it sounds like you're not open-minded or compassionate. I'm open-minded. Well, what about this person that disagrees with you? Well, I hate them. Yeah, that doesn't sound open-minded at all.
Yeah. Sounds like you have a grudge.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's fucking. I just can't imagine getting. Can we go back to full screen? I just can't imagine getting a clown's advice on scientific. Imagine being at the circus, right? And there's a clown. He's got fucking slaps.
Why are we referring to the comics as clowns?
Because that's what we are.
We are, but we don't put on,
I like saying clowns. I don't mind, but we're clowns. I'm trying to be a clown for a living. I'm just not.
You have the red nose.
It's a modern clown.
Yeah.
Clowns are creepy now. It's like outdated and weird. And also, we're the outdated version of a fucking TikTok.
Yeah. We really should be on TikTok.
I don't want to. I would rather kill myself.
I want to download it or set it up. It's basically sketch comedy.
I'll probably set up a TikTok eventually when I finally sell out and I give up all ambitions and I'm just really close to putting the gun in my mouth. Then I'll get a TikTok. No, that's what's happening. Once I get a TikTok, guys, no, I'm almost done on this planet. Like that's almost when I hit the ticker. When I have a TikTok, I'm grasping at straws if I get a TikTok.
Yeah. It's gonna phase out SNL one day.
Like if I get a TikTok, someone needs to call me and go, "How are you doing? You doing all right? Like, you sure? You need some help? You in a bad place? You want to go get, a cannoli or something? Talk about this."
I mean, you would seem like the last person to get a TikTok because you abandoned Instagram, you've abandoned Twitter, and I'm
gonna get back into that stuff. I just couldn't do it during to be honest, a big part of it is I was doing it before COVID. I just couldn't during COVID because it got so horrible. It was just, everyone was such a loser during that time. It was so hard to be on. I deleted Facebook for a large portion of the quarantine just because everyone was just such a loser. And you just realized how boring people are. You know what I mean? You just really realized how most of your friends have nothing to say. They can spend all day sitting on their ass trying to think of something to say, and they still have nothing to say. Like it was baffling. No, because you are funny sometimes. You're funny sometimes. Throw that
caveat in.
I'll throw that. You're funny sometimes. There's a lot of people out there that aren't funny, and even when they are, they're just hacks. Yeah, there's some people that fake being online funny. They're just hacks, and I can roll my eyes every time. I'm like, "Oh, you really post. I'm really glad your friends liked it, but that is hack. Get original, buddy."
What's more hack
or gal? Nothing.
That's the most hack way to call someone a hack.
It's calling a hack. Hack. Get the hacks in the hoe. Hack ho. Hack ho ho.
Something gotta go. Hack.
Ho ho. That's kind of fun.
Champ.
We'll fucking write a song eventually.
You should write a song.
But I know, back to what I was saying, dude. How fucking funny is the idea of just like, imagine earnestly, like, you're walking around the circus and there's a clown and he fucking carrying a bunch of cream pies and he slips on a banana and all the pies fly in the air and they all land on his bottom. They all land on his butt. One lands on his face and two land on each cheek. And you all laugh and you go, "Ah!" And then he wipes the cream off of his face and he looks like he's about to cry or snap and he just goes, "Vaccinations cause autism, right?" You'd be like, who the fuck is this man and why hasn't he been shot? Like this is like a crazy person. Why would I ever take you serious? Now get back to your trailer and put new makeup on so I can't see your frown underneath your painted on smile. Like, what the fuck, dude?
That sounds like an SNL sketch for next season.
Now,
just a clown.
Maybe I'll write the sketch. It's a clown that does stuff and then wants to earnestly give you signs of, the earth is flat, right? All those pictures are doctored. And, can someone tase this man? Can someone tase him? Like, put him in a straitjacket. Let him try to do that trick. Otherwise, just let him be. Jesus Christ. Well, Harry Houdini, put him in a straitjacket, throw him into a fucking tank of water, and if he can't get it off, let him die. Because we don't need this. We don't need this guy. We don't need him.
Yeah, sales for that circus might be up in certain places.
Dude, I would gladly pay to see a clown die. I hate clowns.
Is that your biggest fear?
Not my biggest fear, but I honestly think clowns are creepy. Yeah. And that's why I like the original It more than the new ones.
I haven't seen the new ones. I just think
Tim Curry is scarier to me. And it's because he just acts more like a clown. And clowns are, you don't need all the monster shit that they did this second one, like making him more monster-like.
Yeah.
Tim Curry just dressed up like a clown, acting like a clown is fucking horrific to me. Dude, I don't care.
He's in the drain.
Well, no, people are like, they'll be like, I'm scared of clowns. It's like, now you're scared of like killer clowns and monster clowns. That's why they have to still have the teeth and the blood and they have to like have a knife or something. Dude, if I walked into my driveway or I just walked anywhere and there was just a clown on like a little tricycle just driving around in circles while that music played, I'd be like, well, my pants are shit. Like, this is horrific. You don't need it. You don't need any of the killer clown shit. Just be a clown. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I think horror films really took the fun of clowns out. They made him.
Well, they just made him like, they're like, no, he's a demon clown. Just a clown. Horrific. Like,
yeah.
But the original one, like, I mean, like he just acts like a clown a lot of the time, and I'm like, that scares the shit out of me.
What was it? The final form is what, a spider? Is that what it actually is? Some sort of
spider
freak?
I don't want to get into it because I really like Stephen King's It. You need to read the book. The ending does not translate to film well. Oh. And it doesn't translate well in spoken word, but I swear to God, in written word, it rips. All right, I'm not going to go to it.
That's our book report for this week.
Read Stephen King's It. It's a fucking amazing story, but try to tell someone about it, and it doesn't sound good. Like,
or read the Wikipedia plot to it.
Yeah, or do that. You know, if you're lazy, you can do that. It's good. I like Stephen King's writing. He's an architect. He goes on these rants where it's like there'll be like 50 pages that like are off just doing like essentially universe building like shit and like world building stuff, and it doesn't really have to do with the major plot. And some people find that Neander thing and annoying. It's fine. Like, they're not wrong. Maybe they just don't like reading like that. But I think it brings more authenticity to the characters and the world he's writing about. That when the horror is around, it feels more real because it feels more like a real world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I like that shit.
Yeah, we can tell. I know you're a Stephen King fan by the Inept Pit page YouTube history. It's always Stephen King and like
interviews,
wrestling interviews.
It's all Stephen King and wrestling interviews, and then probably some podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other comedic podcasts.
Yeah. Well, I only listen to non-comedic podcasts. I would never watch a non-comedic podcast. But I'll watch a comedic podcast. I've been getting into Kill Tony lately. Again, I used to like Kill Tony. I slipped out of it for a while during the COVID months because it just sucked when they were doing like the shit over Zoom. It was not good. It's good.
You need an audience.
It's good again. It's in Austin. It's good again. I didn't realize it. Just jump back into it. It's back to being good. They don't have as much as diverse guests as they used to, though.
Well, I saw Joe Rogan was on it.
Well, it's because he lives in Austin.
Yeah.
As I say, he doesn't have as big of selection of comedians because he used to live in LA that had, a shit ton of comics. And he lives in Austin. It still has comics, but clearly not as many at that level.
Right.
Still has got a fair amount for now.
But we gotta go down there and try and get out.
You want to go to vacation with me?
Where?
Thinking about Austin. I want to go somewhere warm before fucking winter. Because I want to go like around my birthday, like before Thanksgiving. You want to go to Austin? You want to do Austin? We can hit some mics up out there and eat barbecue and fucking good ass Mexican food and soul food.
Pretty good.
Yeah, right. Sounds really fun. And just enjoy warm weather one last time before fucking the chills of the horrid winter take us. Because I've been to Austin before.
Yeah, you drove down.
But I was there for a music festival, so I didn't get to see too much. And I wasn't 21 yet, so I didn't really see as much of the city. A lot of it was spent at the music festival. I did eat barbecue while I was down there and other food, but like I would just go to lunch and then go to the music festival every day. Like I never really got to see the city, but I really enjoyed it while I was there. But that was the music festival. Weather was great. People were cool. But again, that could have just been the music festival.
Probably was.
Dude, but we could go down there. We could fucking catch an episode like Kill Tony.
Yeah, try and get on.
Probably see Joe Rogan do stand up or Tom Segura or fucking Ron White. I mean, one of them's going to be doing stand up like every night there because they're still going to want to do their spots and shit.
Yeah.
We could catch like Tommy Segura or Ron White would be great.
Creek in the Cave, yeah.
Creek in the Cave is going to have like always like comics.
Mics every day.
Well, they're also going to have comics touring that we like. A lot of like the level of comic that we like would be like headlining the Creek and Cave. Am I wrong?
No.
Totally Shane Gillis just recorded a special there, I think.
It's a plug we got to get. It's got, I think it's over 1 million now. So Shane Gillis live from Austin, great comedy special. Check it out.
Yeah, I think it is. Mark Norman's was last year. It was it was the best one.
It was Sam Morril, Mark Norman, Joe List all released theirs last year.
Well, and you know what, Sam Morril, the Up on the Roof was last year, right? It was like tail end of last year.
That wasn't earlier this year.
Well, this one was better than Up on the Roof.
Yeah.
I love Sam Morril, but Up on the Roof was not bad, but you could tell he did like do it in a short time. But it's cool. I think it's gonna be a cool piece no matter what in time. I'll always like categorize what comics did during COVID, like all the crazy shit.
Did you see the new doc?
I need to watch it still. I need to watch it still. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I like Sam Morril. I don't know how much I like his just regular day by day cadence. Does that make sense? Is that fair to say?
I love Sam Morril.
I love him too, but I like more of his stand up. Like I don't really love him on podcasts.
Yeah, he has the Pod Don't Lie. Pod Don't Lie with Stavros.
I don't watch that because I don't watch basketball. Yeah. And then he has We Might Be Drunk with Mark Norman, but
yeah, that's good. I watched one of them recently.
I watched some of them like it, but I'm more into it from Mark. I don't think he has enough. I don't know. He just doesn't bring it on. He doesn't bring it on podcasts. You know,
the first comment for this podcast.
He's a great.
Guys don't bring it either.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But he's way better on stage. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking one of the. I think for the money, he's one of the best comics you could go see live.
Oh, no doubt.
Like he's just so good.
Saw him last month. He was great.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched. I'm going to. I'll watch it. I'll watch it before the next episode. I'll get back to you on what I think about it.
It's all right. There's a lot of comics that you and I both love that are in it.
I'll probably just jerk off to that.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything to bring up? Or is this why you should be the producer of the show and I should just be the guy who talks about stuff? Because you've really brought nothing to the show so far. Yeah.
Well, you've been taking over. You're like, let's go to this point. You somehow started from...
Someone's got to fill the dead air, Evan. What do you guys say? This is Evan's tryout, guys. This is, again, leave a comment if you want Evan to go full producer.
The Evan Sasiela show would never exist.
Come on, Evan. We're going to give you a tryout real quick, all right?
There's no tryout.
What's the tryout, Evan? Evan. I'm giving you the reins. Episode 50, Evan gets the reins. Let's see how he does.
So I've been getting really into Coke Zero recently. It's a pretty good drink, and I've been drinking it up.
Is that all? You have to. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Okay.
And I got a bottle of Squirt here that I haven't sipped on the entire episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that here.
Nice. Okay. See, so not exactly what I would call compelling podcasting.
No, it's not my thing. I'm a stand-up, barely.
Oh, you are? No, I'm kidding. No, you're funny stand-up.
Oh, thank you. I love how quiet you said that comment. You're like, you're funny.
Well, that's just how you.
I don't want to say it loudly because
that's how you know.
I want to raise your confidence,
dude. That's how you know I'm being honest. Everything else where I'm yelling, I'm being very. That's all. That's all hyperbole.
Yeah.
That was all me making exaggerated claims not to be taken literal. That's what it was. That was me being earnest, and that's why I went, yeah, you're good stand-up. It was me not doing hyperbole.
Yeah, we're recording this, by the way, everyone. We're recording this on Monday, which is Monday Night Football. So I'm missing the Lions, my favorite football team ever, play the Packers.
You chose to record on this night.
I know, but
You chose to record on this night.
oh, they're down by 4.
You chose to record on this night, and also this is the
I want to
50th
record tomorrow. We got to get this up on Wednesday.
This is the 50th episode,
Yes.
and you're really not making it sound like you want to be here.
No,
And
I
again,
am.
and again, another reason to rebrand this the Drew Campbell Show. Let's hear it in the comments, guys. Give the video a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up if you want to change it to the Drew Campbell. Thumbs down if you want to
this
keep
gets
the name.
changed to the Drew Campbell Show. I'm just quitting. I'll find another way to.
Why, dude? Why won't you just ride my coattails to the top? Huh?
Because
Why not? I'll fucking do. I will. If you bow down to me and you become my
rebranded to Inept Pit starring Drew Campbell and then parentheses.
We should. Honestly, we are 50 episodes in. I think definitely leave a comment if you think we should change the name, because at this point, I think it's a shit name.
I like Inept Pit.
But do you like it because no one can find it?
Type in IP.
Use
podcast.
That won't work. That won't make us
type in our names and then at least the word pit and it should pop up.
That's such a roundabout way of trying to get to the actual podcast.
We changed our name to the Pit Podcast.
Double
P.
We should have just called it Drew and we should just call it Drew and Evans Podcast. That would have been a much better name.
No, you should have been
even though it's bland.
Podcast parentheses with Evan.
Drew's Podcast and Evan.
And Evan. That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. See, look at this. I know also the weird part about where we're getting in this podcast. You no longer I don't mean to bring it up, but I just wanted to because I'm very happy. We're almost done with this episode, and you didn't bring up the sunglasses one time. You are now finally adjusted to them. So when I wear them next time, you won't bring them up either. No. It's fantastic.
Well, I knew you would. Well, when you put them on before the podcast, I thought, oh my god, he's wearing the glasses again. But you know what? He enjoys it.
You finally, well, also to be honest, here's the nice thing is that I don't have to look at you anymore and no one knows. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes my eyes can like wander and I realize it always looks like I'm looking at the screen if I'm wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
So you can't tell if I'm looking up, like in my eyes thinking, or if I'm looking down. So I think that helps.
I can kind of see my head bob through your sunglasses. I can see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I see the screen. Way to point out a production flaw.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Oh, dude, I'm drinking Bud Heavy.
Ah. It's been a while since I've seen someone drink that. It's always Bud Light.
I'm changing it up. Here's what I say. This is what my thoughts are.
The more alcohol, the better.
No, it's not more alcohol, I don't think. It's just more calories, I think. I don't think so. If it is, it's a very little amount that has more in it. But here's what I was thinking about. If you don't drink domestic beer, you're a fucking communist and you can get out of my country. I drinking imports around here. Domestic beer, you get the fuck out, commie. If you have to drink an imported beer, that means you hate the taste of freedom, and you can get the fuck out, dude.
It's about diversity.
You get the fuck
flavors.
Nah. Get your socialist, communist beer out of my country.
Miller Lite.
We're the best. We're the best at making beer, dude. Even if you want to go craft, I'll still respect as long as it's American craft. None of these foreign crafts, all right? Foreign crafts are like black magic and shit, dude. They're the dark arts. And I believe in freedom.
Harry Potter.
I believe in fucking freedom and liberty and stars and stripes and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. Fucking Jeb Bush. Those are the things I believe in.
It's pretty weird. Like when we were up north for the 4th, just seeing all these domestic beers, just with all like the flag designs and like the American patriotism on every single box.
Yeah, because they taste like freedom and their outsides had to match their insides, Evan. That's how that works. That's why people transition. And around every time, just like people, around like every time, fucking Budweiser, all these domestic beers, they're very fluid. All right. And around that time, they transition into be full patriotic. They're always patriotic, but they ain't always full patriotic. You know, sometimes they'll let foreigners drink them most year round. But when July comes around, when it's our time, when it's the time for the Patriots, for the real backers of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that's when it goes full red, white, and blue. That's when it says these colors don't run.
The best part about
these colors don't run. These colors sit down and smash a 6-pack by themselves.
The best part about summer in Michigan is going up north, sitting on the back patio of a lake, staring at the lake under the sun, opening the cold one,
and doing a power hour.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! We got to do another power hour for the cast.
Yeah, we should. Maybe 52nd, the 1 year.
Well, technically, it wouldn't even be that. I think so. It'd be the first week of October. Because remember,
2 weeks from now,
I started. It was the first week of October we started doing this.
Yeah, I gotta check the date.
I remember that. Well, that maybe I don't know when we released it, but I know we recorded the first week of October. Because maybe it was the second week. I don't know because I know the first couple episodes I was sober. I was doing sober October. Yeah. I'm not doing that this year. That's fucking lame.
What's changed?
That's for fake. The only fake liberals do sober October.
So you were a fake liberal at one point.
Yes, I was. I've transitioned. I've transitioned to a real. I shedded the fake liberals from my life. I've learned to accept people for their differences, of all opinion, of all colors, shapes, sizes, religions, beliefs. I accept everyone for their differences. I do not think I am a better person than anyone, or that anyone doesn't deserve rights or freedom. And I am a true liberal now, dude. I am one of the forgotten sons.
You want to know what you call a true liberal? A real liberal?
A cuck?
A liberal.
Oh, Liberace, maybe. What about that? What about Liberace?
Liberace's the true liberal.
A famous gay man. Gay pride. We support the gays here. We're a big backer of the gays. I swear to God. We haven't had one of them on our podcast.
No, we also need to put a rainbow flag or something.
Well, no, because we're not doing that.
Why?
No, because that's fake liberals.
No,
yeah, it is. It is. No, it's not. No. What that is people trying to use that as a way to profit off of gay people. You do that so you get more gay people to listen to your podcast, but you're not actually doing it because you support that. You're doing it for listeners. If you're a podcast or if you're a business, you're doing it because you want gay people's money. It's the same thing with like the fucking businesses that ran support of the black community during all the George Floyd protests. They didn't give a shit. You honestly think these fucking companies cared one bit? No, they just wanted you to buy shit from them. And some of you bought into it. It was disgusting to watch. I think it's disgusting when you see a business try to be political because you know it's the most hollow thing ever because they never are trying to lose money. No business is ever.
They're just saying what the public's thinking.
Maybe small businesses. Small businesses, I'm almost convinced they don't even want to make money sometimes. I'm almost convinced small businesses are designed to not make money and fail. I think that might be what small businesses are designed to do. But major corporations, they're only about making money. So anything they do is just to make money and none of it's how. If it became popular, if it became the number one thing to be a white supremacist in the country again, because it used to be, they would all be racist. Every company would be racist if that's how you made the most money. None of them would fucking take a stance. You know?
I agree, yeah.
It's just to buy into any of it just makes you a moron. To go, look at that company. It's got the pride flag. Yeah, get the breath. That means it backs me. He goes, no, I just want your money, idiot. You're being manipulated by a corrupt capitalistic system, you fucking goofball.
Can imagine you standing at the bar.
Jesus Christ. Dude,
ball.
I'm home. I'm stopping. I'm not going out to the bar as much because I'm essentially turning into that person. I'm arguing about, I might as well at this point. It's arguing with people, and it sucks because it's just, there's no point to argue with people, but I need to get out of this fucking place. I don't think it's like this everywhere. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I haven't.
I don't know. When I was in New Orleans, there's no one like this. I think the South is the way to go. Which sounds
there for a few days, and everyone that was just
true.
trying to party, and they were probably
no, that's not true. Not everyone there was right. I met just people working their normal jobs. I met people on the street. I befriended
party town.
I befriended people there. Well, they were fucking all nice. I didn't meet one. I didn't meet one mean person.
No.
Not one person. Even the prostitute I met there, she was a lovely lady. All right.
I think it's time for plugs now.
Oh, okay. Fucking plugs. Yeah, talk about prostitute, then we're talking about plugs. Fucking comedy.
DMP.
Yay, jokes. All right, like I said before, if you watch this on YouTube, make sure you crush the like button. Make sure you smash the fucking subscribe button. Hit the little bell. Get notifications when we post new videos. But guess what? Since we're banned from children, YouTube won't actually do that because it's a whole corrupt system that doesn't want us to succeed. Go ahead, hit the bell. They won't notify you. It's crazy. It's insane. It literally doesn't work. And after that, make sure you leave a comment, dude. Any of the comments you want to, fucking anything you want, just put something. We'll fucking comment back too. I don't care. We're gonna try to engage the audience. The first 50 was a slow ride, but we promise you, like an abusive spouse. We're gonna change, guys. We'll do major change. We might revamp, rename the whole podcast, reformat it. We might become a gimmick. We might start playing Jeopardy every time. We'll call
it's our Jeopardy hosting audition.
The show I'll call the show Drooperty. And every episode I will create multiple Jeopardy categories, and we'll have 2 other guests on, and Evan and 2 other guests will have to compete on my show called Drooperty. We might do that. We don't know. Maybe we'll just do that as one episode because I just thought of that and it sounds a lot of fun. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Especially if we're drinking.
Especially if I name them all categories of my stuff.
Yeah, that none of us would get.
Heavy metal albums.
What is Judas Priest?
Words that start with N.
What is?
Wouldn't be like that. What are okay? I don't even want to say that one. It wasn't that bad, but
bad enough to where even you, of all people, I don't want to say that one.
The R word,
the R word that you said already on spot.
Retarded.
Well,
I don't know. I'm talking about the other R word.
Oh.
I was just leave in the comment what you think the other R word is. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit follow, download all the previous episodes, download them. If you listen on Stitcher, hit follow, download all the episodes. Listen on Apple Podcasts. We say we're going to read reviews. There wasn't enough, motherfuckers. There wasn't enough.
We knew they were.
There was not enough reviews, so we're not doing those. But yeah, go leave more reviews on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating, leave a little review. I've been saying this. It's the 50th time I've said it, and there's not 50 reviews. That's insane. It's insane that I'm even saying it anymore. It's insane that I'm wasting the words anymore.
Yeah.
Besides that, if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Facebook at Inept Pit. Give the page a little bit of a like. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that at Inept Pit. Also, you can email us at ineptpit@gmail.com for any questions, concerns, or for booking options. If you want to book me for stand-up, if you want to book Evan for stand-up, if you want to book me and Evan for stand-up, or if you want to book us for a live show of the podcast, or if you want to do all those at once, you can do that there. So make sure you book us. Let's change this. The world is opening up. We're ready to do shows. I have at least 35 minutes. Evan has minutes, and and the podcast will, fill the rest of that. So That's been the fucking episode. Evan, go do your plugs.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Salsa Evan. I got some shows coming up on Thursday, September 23rd. I'll be at Rocky's Bar and Grill.
You've been present. I'm doing that one next month.
It's at 8:30. And then Sunday, I'm on Make It Spicy at Mulligan's Pub in Grand Rapids. It's at 9.
Stop plugging open mics. The Rockies is a real show because that's paid. Don't plug open mic. It's because it's pathetic.
That's where I'm at.
I did that once and then I realized don't plug open mics. You plug real shows. You plug a real show, that's fine. Don't plug mics.
All right.
How much time are you doing at Rockies?
I think 7.
Oh man, I was hoping you got more.
I think there's a lot.
No, I
think there's a closer doing 20.
I'm trying to bud my way into that spot. We'll see if I can get it. It's bullshit if I can't. I want to fight people. I don't know why I said it like that. But all right. All right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Colon cancer. That's been the podcast, guys. Thanks for listening. Peace out.
See you, everyone.